Hi, welcome to today's reading. We're going to pick some runes and some cards. This is just a general reading today, just seeing where the energy goes. So collectively, just closing your eyes right now, put your awareness into anything that's on your mind. What is going on in your life that you would like some guidance on today. So the governing rune for your reading today, we have Algiz yet again. This one comes out so often, and we're still in this energy of creating those healthy boundaries for ourselves, possibly in a space of protecting yourself right now. This is something that I feel you're conscious of. So perhaps you're in an energy of keeping other people at bay right now. Maybe you're kind of sifting through in your life as to who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around. It does give that kind of energy where you're sort of, maybe you're being protective of another as well, or protective of something around you. But it does have an energy, it's connected to the elk. And to me, that's like deer, you know, they're very gentle beings, but they do have an energy about them that it's sort of, you know, they stick together, they look out for each other. And that's kind of the energy of Algiz. So it does hold that sort of family element to it as well. It does sometimes remind me of the Eight of Wands, which can be about sort of taking action, communication, and bringing about like a powerful force of, you know, strength in numbers basically. So being around those. And I feel like maybe you're going through a time now where you're trying to figure out what type of energies you want around you, what kind of people you want in your life at this time, making sure it's people that are aligning with your own energy. So that is the overall energy of this. So let's see what your higher conscience talks about today. What downloads have you been getting? Okay, we have I was, and I was is a rune of I nearly said intention then. It's not intention, it's initiation. So I was is the kind of energy that is a bit like the death card. So it's like a death and a rebirth going on. So there's been the death of something happening here and a rebirth beginning. Now it's interesting because we're in the time of Imbolc right now, which is where the earth is stirring. We're starting to see signs of spring. You may have noticed snowdrops starting to blossom. You may have seen some daffodils and things. So this is a time of like a reawakening for you. Your higher self is kind of like maybe bringing you in a little bit of intuition and guidance as to seeking ways of socializing now a little bit, like stepping out from the cold and exploring a little bit. Maybe I do feel that this has come from a point of maybe an experience that you've had that has thrown you into this initiation period. So I feel like you've gone through a bit of a spiritual awakening here. You've learnt something about yourself, maybe collapsed some patterns along the journey as well. And this is bringing you into this new beginning, this chance, what you've learnt, you're bringing it forwards into your life now. But you're still in that period of reflection and just protecting yourself at this time. So it's like keeping that boundary between yourself and the world around you. So let's see what's in the subconscious on here as well. So this is what you're not really aware of, but maybe things that you're being guided towards without really knowing it. So this can highlight those blind spots in the mind to give you a little bit more awareness. And interestingly, we have Kanaz here. And Kanaz is about your attention. So what are you paying attention to right now? And Kanaz is like a beacon of light, like a torch that you would hold up in a dark cave. And if you imagine that dark cave is full of subconscious thoughts and memories, this is your subconscious now illuminating these thoughts and memories for you to bring into your conscious mind. So it's interesting, there's been a lot of, I'd say, things that you've done, maybe actions that you've taken that have illuminated these subconscious patterns maybe conditionings and things that through whatever it is that you've been through recently, it's kind of awoken you to a fact that actually that isn't cool anymore, that isn't really how I want to be anymore, because you're seeing the same outcome happening over and over again because you are creating the same patterns over and over again. And Kanas is there in your subconscious, like illuminating these things, throwing you into this initiation for you to understand it and to do something about it. You may resist that. You may feel like you're seeing it, but it's kind of bringing your energy, you're slowing down, you're holding back, you're placing that protection around yourself. So maybe now with this awakening of the earth, with Imbolc present, with spring approaching, it's time to light that beacon and take a look at those things and allow that illumination to come through. So as I said before with Algiz, this can be a time of seeking help from those around you, seeking support, allowing yourself to feel protected by family, by those around you that are there to protect you. So I'm going to have a look into the past energy that may be affecting this, where you are right now. It's like you're cycling up through some karmic lessons here. You are, breaking some patterns. And maybe you aren't doing that consciously, but in the time that you've spent by yourself in this sort of solitude, that is what you have been doing. Okay, so we have here Manas, and I'm pretty sure that came out in the reverse. So I do feel like you've gone through a little period of feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling quite despondent. It's an energy that I've picked up before with people where it's sort of like, and you're not aware of yourself in the world as to, like, what do I actually bring? What is my purpose? What do I actually do? And I feel like you've come from a place like that, which makes me feel quite sad. If somebody feels that, they don't have a real purpose or worth here, because you do. Every little thing that you do, it means something. There's a little picture I saw on social media once, and it was somebody that was out in their garden feeding a couple of pigeons. They put some seed out for the birds, and they were saying to themselves, like, I don't bring anything, I'm useless, I'm worthless. And when they went away, the pigeons flew down and were like, oh, bless that person for feeding us, we're so grateful for them. And they just didn't know that actually the little things that they're doing actually make an impact on somebody. So look out for opportunities coming up for you where you may be able to, help somebody with their shopping, or just giving somebody a smile or a glance or something might actually make that person's day. So there's tiny little things that could be happening in your life right now that actually are signs for you to show your worthiness and what you actually bring. And even if at the moment that's very small things, it doesn't matter. It's still something. You're still bringing that energy through. So always be aware that you do have worth. You do have something to bring into the world. It's just you have come from this place of feeling very low, feeling like you aren't worthy. But this is all about you allowing yourself to be seen here, allowing other people to carry you a little bit. And that's what this torch is kind of illuminating for you on here. Is I feel like it's this initiation, it's thrown you into a period of introspection, because maybe there's been incidents and things that have shown you something about yourself that you didn't really want to see, or you didn't like seeing that. But when you see something, you can't unsee it. And I feel like that's made you feel bad about yourself potentially. But this is asking you to actually be more aware of the positive things that you bring, because there are positive things there. It doesn't matter what happened in your past. It doesn't matter what you did or what you've done. That's in the past. You did what you did then from where you were at then, but now you know better and you do better. And you constantly got that opportunity to keep moving in that direction. That's what is all about, these little initiations that we go through every day, these cycles, it's all part of that learning. It's all part of the teachings and the lessons that we learn just through our experiences. And I'll tell you now, if we didn't have any experiences, we wouldn't learn anything, would we? You know, we're not all perfect, and we have to go through experiences to understand more about ourselves. But the lesson there is do you understand it and take it on board about things that you can potentially change and grow within yourself? Or you can ignore it, blank it, and continue as you are, but you're going to constantly find yourself hitting those same patterns, is the answer there. So let's see what the future is bringing in the runes then for you. So what is the future for this person right now? Okay, we have the future is Ingwas. And Ingwas is still an energy of self-containment. It's still an energy of putting yourself on hold, really. It's a bit like the caterpillar in the chrysalis. Not quite ready to emerge as the butterfly yet. You're not quite through the transformation just at this time. But Ingwas asks you to trust the process. It's asking you to just trust that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. What is happening around you or for you right now is exactly what you need. But it also holds an element of protection around it as well. So it's that spiritual energy that's keeping you in that containment. Maybe you haven't been very well at this time. Maybe you've had a heavy cold or something, and it's thrown you into needing to take rest, take time off. Because I feel like potentially you've thrown yourself into work, maybe overdone it through wanting to distract yourself from yourself. And this has thrown you, has thrown you into this initiation of like, no, you are going to sit with yourself and you are going to understand these patterns and you are going to break them. So you are still in that place of self-containment right now, and it can feel a little bit raw. It can feel vulnerable. It can feel difficult, but allow yourself to be seen and heard by those around you that can help you with that protection right now. Don't be afraid to allow your vulnerability to show. This is going to allow you to move through these lessons faster. It's going to allow you to reach that enlightenment a little bit quicker. And that torch of Kainaz, it's a fire energy of burning those things up that are holding you back from your truest potential. But trust is a big thing here for you. And I do feel maybe you've been burned in the past. So perhaps trust is a big deal. Trust is something that doesn't come easily, and it's not something you can just suddenly say, yeah, I trust now. I'm completely fine with trust. Trust is something that has to be worked on. And it doesn't always go the way that you want it to go. Sometimes it can take time for you to trust another person. We can bring things through from previous relationships and friendships into our new relationships and friendships. But it's using Kainaz to recognise that we're doing that. And when we recognise that, then we can make changes to it. We can start to acknowledge it, bring it forward to the people in your life and sort of say, I do see this about myself now and I would like to change it. Please, can I have your support in that? And the right people will be, yeah, I got your back. The people that aren't meant to be in your life will probably attack you or, I don't know, give you something. It will tell you everything you need to know. But allowing yourself to drop into that vulnerability doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you vulnerable. It doesn't make you vulnerable to somebody attacking you. But it might just actually open up a deepening to relationships and friendships that you want. So, and that's going to help you then to break out of the Ingwas container and emerge as that butterfly, yeah? Completely transformed, moving in the direction that you want to go. Okay, we're going to pick some cards to go with this now as well. So just have a little think now. So we know that it's moving this energy. It's quite a heavy energy, and it does feel like there has been, I'm going to say depression. I'm not diagnosing anybody there. It's just a feeling of feeling quite low, feeling quite down, despondent. I do hear somebody saying like, what do I actually bring? What is my worth? Do I bring anything? Why do I keep getting the same criticism of people, you know, and it just forced you into a place of, you know, contemplation, wondering like, what do I need to do here? What do I need to change? And you've tried to do that on your own, protecting yourself, but now it's time to, I think, get some help, get some guidance from those around you. So let's see what is happening in your life right now that will help us to move through this energy. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. So there's opportunity here. There is an opportunity to find that personal power. And as you can see, it's illuminating in the mind there. So it's like the third eye, the brow chakra is switched on here. And this is about intuitively allowing yourself to be guided. This does remind me of like the High Priestess energy. So it's, you know, a psychic, intuitive energy. Perhaps you've been dreaming a lot lately as well. That's giving you guidance into how you can take action here. But you are being asked to take some form of action to move this energy forwards. Because at the moment it's feeling quite stagnant, and with all the fire with Canas and the Ace of Wands here, it's asking you to find that creativity, find what it is that brings you that, you know, potential there, finding that power and creativity, finding that energy within you, because it does feel like there's a block there, but you are starting to, you know, that's the action that you need to take. Okay, what else can you tell us, Spirit? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. So you definitely need to reach out to those around you. This is a time of collaboration, of bringing things together. You see these three people kind of like working together to make this tapestry. You need people around you that you trust, that you feel confident with, and that make you happy. I'm getting an image here of somebody that is working with people and you're having a laugh. It's like going to work to see your friends almost. But I feel like you've been pulling away from that a little bit. You haven't been collaborating with people that make you feel joyful, that make you feel happy. You've kind of just been stuck in one area at the moment, and it's bringing you down. And I do feel like it's not even an area with other people. It's more of an isolated area where you're kind of on your own, spending a lot of time by yourself. There's a lot of threads coming away here as well. So I feel like there are things, you know, maybe things that are being left hanging in the balance. There's unfinished business here. There's things that aren't, and I feel like as there's three on here, this could be between two different people. So maybe this could be, if you are in a relationship, this could be to do with a third party potentially, that is affecting you feeling connected to your partner. If you're not in a relationship, then this could be potentially there's two people on your mind right now, or in your connection, and it just feels like you're trying to step back, step away from all of that. Maybe you are in the middle of making a decision between two different people, but you do need to communicate what it is that you are wanting here, because I do feel this energy of you going down into a little bit of a spiral, and you're feeling quite bad in yourself. I feel you're not feeling 100% worthy, and I do feel that is a lot to do with past energy. I do feel there's something about money as well, like you feel like you're spending a lot of money. Things are coming out a little bit. What did I just see on the bottom of that pack then? Okay, we've got, I couldn't see what that was then. We've got the Hanged Man. So it's kind of like there's a little bit of stubbornness on the bottom. So that was on the bottom of the pack on there. Oh, okay. And then we've got the King of Pentacles as well. So with this, it's kind of like that stagnant energy. Oh, and Judgment. So we've got this stagnant energy going on where it's almost like you really are giving up. It's like you had these ideas and ambitions to do something to move forward maybe to have conversations, to collaborate with others, but then you sort of step back and there's this sort of, you're just stubbornly holding on to an idea. Potentially it's like a rigid feeling of like, this is who I am and this is how I need to be. But Kanaz is trying to highlight for you, illuminate for you, there is a need here to let go of that past version of yourself. You need to let that go so that you can move the energy forward. I'll put that down on there. So we've got a very confident person here, very accomplished person, and I feel like, because this energy came out after the Hanged Man, it's almost like this is who you would like to be, or who you have the potential to be, where you have the, and this is male or female, you have the potential to stand on your own 2 feet, to be in abundance, you know, to have everything that you want, basically. And this type of energy, this type of person, they have that warm confidence, but things just flow freely to them because they just know they're on the right path. They're not making things difficult for themselves. They're just going with that flow, placing their energy into where that energy flows, not allowing themselves to be distracted by other things. Okay. And we have the Knight of Pentacles on here as well. Now, I feel like that was in reverse. So this is, I think, once you get an idea in your head that you can move forward in that way. And I also want to say with the King of Pentacles, there's that dog on there as well. It always represents loyalty to me. So it's like there's somebody that you can confide in here, that you feel a loyalty towards, that you know you can trust. And we'll go back to Ingwas again. It's that trust. You need to find the people around you that can keep you in that place of protection. They're going to help you to achieve this way of being, finding your personal power, finding that confidence within you. You need somebody around you right now that you know is going to give you that ego boost, that's going to compliment you and make you feel good in yourself. Oh wow, and we have the 2 of Cups on the bottom of here. So this could be somebody, potentially, this is like a union, so it could be perhaps somebody very special to you. It's like, it could be a best friend, or a lover, or maybe somebody that you have an idea for, but you just need to reach out to this person, basically. You need to reach out to the people that fill up your cups. So can you see? It's almost like with the 2 coming together, it's filling up those cups there. At the moment, the cup is empty, and it's like, you know, until you start to realise you have to collaborate with other people to achieve what you want to achieve. You're not achieving it by yourself. You're not achieving it sat here in your protection, in your egg, you know, in your chrysalis. And although you're still feeling that raw feeling, you're still feeling a deep emotion within yourself, or perhaps not even understanding why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. But it's definitely suggesting to me on here that you do need people around you to bring you out on here. I've got to say, the Judgment card fell out as well, and it was just lay there. I didn't even realise what it was doing there. But this is kind of an energy where there's a lot of doubt here, and you're wearing a lot of masks. It's like you're trying to hide from the inevitable, or from something that you know. It's like denying yourself of your truth. I don't know whether it was reversed or not, but I'm getting the feeling of it being that way of sort of like, you know, you're really holding on to a past version here of yourself, not allowing people to really see that truth within you. So ask yourself, what is that? What is so wrong with what you're feeling right now? You know, this can be, I feel like you are going through, especially with I was as your higher conscience. This is about going through a spiritual awakening right now. You are learning a lot of lessons about yourself. You're understanding a lot more about yourself. You're possibly even asking yourself questions like, why do I do that? Why am I like this? And that's kind of like lifting a veil from you and you're unmasking now potentially. But I feel that's it, that the fear is with that is what people will think. What will people think? Because they've always known this version of me. If I start to become this, what are they going to think of that, of me? I'm not going to be me anymore. But what you need to ask yourself is, you know, you can be and reinvent yourself as many times as you like in your life, and the right people will accept you as you are. And those that have an expectation on you to be a certain way, you will probably start to find that you will slip away from those people. You don't need to place yourself in such high boundaries. You can have healthy boundaries with people, but still allow that vulnerability. You can still allow people to see what's beneath the mask. And I do feel like maybe something has got beneath your mask. You've been made aware of something within yourself here. Maybe that's happened a few times, and it's kind of like you've got to a point now where it's like, I've had this so many times now. This is how it's making me feel. And I can see you feeling quite, it's really had an effect on you. It's giving you this self-realization and this awakening feeling. But it does feel like there is union there is love there is, you know, somebody or something in your life that I feel is available to protect you, to hold that space for you. This could be a friend, it could be somebody that you see as a spiritual guide, it's somebody very loyal. I do feel it's somebody perhaps that you hold in high regard, but maybe I've put on a bit of a pedestal here. It is difficult to ask for help sometimes. It is difficult to, especially, I'm going to say as well, if this is a person that you've helped before in the past, you may feel like they hold you in on a pedestal, so you couldn't possibly come to them with this, because they're going to look at you like, oh, well, I thought you'd got everything sorted. I thought you were all sorted in your life, and you're the one that normally gives the advice. It's okay to be the one that takes the advice. That's where the balance comes through. That's the energy of the Two of Cups, is that giving and receiving of love. It's keeping things in a perfect balance on there, which is lovely. So I'm going to see what is the final outcome for this on here. I'm going to say my left knee is aching a little bit here, so I don't know if you've got some ailments going on with your left knee. That can be to do with feeling or not feeling, perhaps the emotional body is starting to get to you right now. Are you allowing yourself to feel those emotions? Because if you're not, it is actually holding you back from your moving center. It's holding you back from that ability to step forward, to move. Yeah, as I was saying that, it's starting to ease off. So let's see, what is the final outcome on here? Gosh, these cards don't want to come out. I was hoping one would fly out of the pack, but it's not going to happen, is it? We're going to have to cut the pack and find what's going on. So let's get, ooh, okay, there we go. Right, final outcome then. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is you lightening the load. This is you unburdening yourself of this, you know, trudging along with all of these things weighing down on you. This is you expressing this to others and offloading it and allowing it. You know, you don't have to be the one to carry all of that. So the outcome here is you actually taking action, moving forward in that way. Sorry about that, little coughing fit again. We also have the Empress as well coming out from there. So what you're going to find is the outcome is you allowing yourself to be seen, delegating some jobs potentially, allowing people to help you here, and it's going to bring you into this energy of the Divine Feminine. So maybe this is a Divine Feminine that you feel you want to reach out towards. There is an element here of unconditional love. So like we were saying before with the Two of Cups, you know, allowing yourself to collaborate, to bring your energy with another. It doesn't have to be one person, it could be more than one person, maybe a group of friends. Although I am picking up on here potentially a divine feminine. You know, this is allowing yourself to be seen. I do feel for some of you actually, it might be that you are the divine feminine, and you showing up and bringing forward your authenticity, that truth. And I think actually collectively for all of you, bringing forward that truth to people that you feel have put you on a pedestal or hold you in that high regard of like, oh, well, you've got everything sorted, you know, you don't ever need any help off anybody. They're actually going to have even more respect for you. I feel like they're going to honour you even more, because they will see you in a different light, because you will have just allowed yourself to let go. You're not denying yourself anymore. You are being fully truthful, fully honest, open, authentic, and allowing this love to flow. Because right now, with this hanged man energy upside down, it's kind of bringing you into that, you know, you're stubbornly holding on to something that doesn't really resonate with you anymore. It's not truthfully you anymore. That's not how you're truthfully feeling. And your subconscious is desperately trying to illuminate for you through signs and things that are happening in your life. You know, you've had this awareness of things that have been going on here, to show you what needs to change here, for you to be stepping into your true potential, and for you to be finding that enjoyment, that union that you are looking for. Definitely. So how are you feeling right now? Do we have any inspiration for you moving forward? So how are you feeling right now? Okay, so right now you are feeling a little bit of a headache, you know, very much in your mind, very much stuck in that, like we said before, stuck in a certain way of thinking. It's like a stubborn need to hold on to something from your past, but your higher conscience is desperately trying to give you an ego death here. It's trying to bring forward for you, it's like, you ain't got to hold on to this anymore. It's okay to adapt and change in the way that you want, the way that you need to. is asking you to do that. It's desperately asking you to let go. is like the death and rebirth card, and you know, you've gone through the contemplation stage. You've contemplated this to death. So now it's time for action. So allow your higher self, you know, this could be to do with things that you're doing to yourself. Maybe, you know, you've become really aware of addictions potentially. And when I say addictions, I don't mean like drug addictions and, you know, you're an alcoholic or anything like that. What I mean is there are vices and things that you do, patterns of ways of being, that are actually really holding you back from the enjoyment that you want to achieve. So that might be coming home from work and having a couple of beers or something. You know, it doesn't really resonate with you anymore. So it's finding a way to break those patterns. And sometimes that means reaching out to groups, to other people that can help you out of that. So maybe if your routine is to, you know, come home from work and go home, and then you will, I don't know, I'm going to use drinking as an example. It might not necessarily be that. Maybe other things that you do, that you choose to do, that aren't particularly helping you to feel in your best self. Then you may find that actually arranging to meet up with other people and go out, and that doesn't mean, you know, dating or anything like that. It could just mean going out with friends, meeting up with like-minded people, joining some groups or something, exploring the ways that you want to go. And it's going to bring you out of this stagnation. It's going to help you to soften those boundaries a little bit as well, So you might not want to collaborate with people from the past. This might be moving you forward into new energies, working with new people. And that's going to actually help you to be this newer version of yourself as well. That can sometimes help. And we're moving into the energy of the 10 of Pentacles, which that's really nice. So with the 10 of Pentacles, this is like a fulfillment. It's, you know, you have reached a point of feeling that wealth. And as you can see, there are people around there. There's this dog there. So this is a very trusted environment. You are surrounded by people that, you know, you have things in common with. There's children there as well, so it's like there's a fun energy to this too. Perhaps bringing out your inner child, allowing yourself to find a new way of being, but it all starts with bringing yourself out of this place of protection and like overprotective energy into trusting the process, trusting yourself to make those decisions. Sorry about that. There's also an element here of so where you've got lots of people on here. So these, like I say, it could be new people that you're meeting up with. I do feel like for some of you there's an element of a loyal friend that you can confide in, but like we said before, it could be somebody that maybe you hold on a pedestal, so you have a fear of sort of allowing yourself to be vulnerable in front of this person, or maybe you feel that they see you as being on a bit of a pedestal and there's a fear there in going towards this person because you've always been the one to give them advice rather than the other way around. But what I do see in this is an ability here to sort of give and receive. There's a balance with this, and I do feel that this community, this sort of environment that you are bringing yourself forward towards, it's going to allow you to really feel nourished by it, feel that abundance, that wealth of it. And it's not just about you receiving that love, but I feel like it's going to allow you to open up enough to actually give that love as well, from a really, you know, authentic place. So that is what I'm seeing on here, and that is a beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm going to pick one last rune as the overall guidance from, so that's where we were, but since you've been having this reading, how are you feeling now? Where are you going to go with this? Okay, we have Uruz, which is a rune of strength, courage, endurance. You have the ability to make this happen. But you do have to stand your ground. You do have to find that strength within you to manifest this. Trust the process. Allow yourself to trust. So I'm going to leave your reading there for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back tomorrow with another reading. Blessed be.